So anyway, the next thing this girl asks me is, how much surgery have you had? Like, since when is that your business, and why is that even relevant? So I said, none yet, but I'm working on it. And she wanted to know exactly what surgery I have planned, and then tried to tell me how much it was going to cost, what the surgery involves. Hello, I'm the trans guy who'll be getting this surgery. Thank you. I have done my homework, and you need to shut the fuck up and get your facts straight before you tell me what I will be doing to my body. And then she had the hide to ask me what was in my pants and how big it is or isn't. And then try to justify it by telling me that apparently her trans guy friends had told her that on T, with no other assistance, mind you, okay, that guys can get up to 4.5 inches of growth. I was like, do you know how much tissue there is there to begin with? Either you're full of shit or your trans guy friends are pulling your leg, you know? I mean, seriously, if I had have asked her if she still had a dick, I would have been fucking crucified for that, okay? So why the fuck is it okay for her to ask me what's in my pants, you know? I am so sick of the double standard I've seen. These girls get all fucking high and mighty and offended if you disrespect them, but it's okay for them, like, in their view, it's okay for them to walk all over me as a trans guy and disrespect me because they're only doing it in fun. Well, I'm glad it's fun for you, sweetheart, because it sure as fuck is not fun for me. And I find the double standard and the whole attitude of entitlement thing to be so fucking offensive. But I digress, back to the story. Okay, on top of all this, this girl actually asked me several times to take my shirt off, and at one point even said to me, show us your tits. What? The fuck? And asking me if I was a member of the group that the girls that were at this pub were a part of, when I am not now, and never will be again, for the same reasons that I detest the kind of arrogance and ignorance that this girl has in spades, and then hinting that I'm not as trans as the girls because I don't want to join their little group. Hello, I was part of that group for 16 months trying to make it a place where trans guys would at least be accepted and respected and feel comfortable. But the politics and double standards, the fact that I was like the token trans guy, and that I was, you know, and the sheer amount of disrespect for me as a trans man were what puts me off. I'm not going to name the group, but they are female dominated. I was the only trans guy who'd ever been involved, and it's easy to see why, I've got to say. If you're not female or female oriented in that group, your opinions are not valid, they don't respect you or cater to anything other than female interests, and basically they're not interested in you, full stop. This pisses me off royally because this particular group are now putting themselves out there as the only support group for all trans people here in Perth, and they claim to be accepting and supportive of all genders, which I can tell you from personal experience is absolute and utter bullshit. This particular group is not now, nor will it ever be, trans man-friendly space, because they flat out refuse to see the prejudice and the ignorant attitude and their blatant double standards. I mean, when a girl asks for support, they're all over it. But when I had problems, I asked for support and I was completely shunned, and then I later on spoke out and stated that the club had not given me the support that they claimed to give everyone and that I had not got any support. I was publicly vilified for saying that and for basically dissing the club. So, I mean, when I'm stating a fact, yeah. So the elitist attitude shit is creeping in here in Perth too, and I do not like it one bit. I also do not like the fact that I have some very lovely but naive trans women friends who hang off that particular woman's every word like she's a fucking saint or something. Like, get real, you know? It borders on an abuse of power thing. This woman particularly is totally exploiting the naivety of the other trans women that I know to gain her status here. And sorry, but to me that's way wrong and out of line. Get over yourself, honey. We don't do elitism here in Perth as a whole, and I don't give a fuck who you know or how long you've been out. It does not make you anything but an elitist, arrogant bitch when you ride in on that and flog it for all it's worth to make you feel better than everyone else and to elevate your status and take advantage of the girls who don't know any better. You know, and seriously, The fuck makes you think I would even consider being interested in you with that attitude? How about no fucking thank you? I mean, this woman is everything that is wrong with the trans community here, and why I personally have very little to do with it. And a lot of the guys here that I know also tend not to associate with the trans community as a whole because of the prevailing attitudes towards us. Most of us just get out in the regular world and get on with it and just keep in touch with our brothers, because there's not that much, there's just not that level of politics and one-upmanship and elitism amongst the boys that I've ever seen. Not that I'm anti-trans women, because generally speaking I'm not. I actually get on better with trans women in a lot of cases than I do bio girls. Just this particular section of the community who seem to think that they're better than the rest of us. I am sick and fucking tired of the backstabbing and elitist shit and infighting amongst the various sections of the community here. I mean, the only time it ever goes away is during Pride Month, when everyone wants to put on a nice shiny public face. But the day after the Pride Parade, it's straight back to the same old bitching and politics and shit. And I hate hypocrisy, and it is there in spades. So that's my rant for today. Well, I've posted like 3 days running. I'm on a roll here. I'll post tomorrow about some of the stuff that I've been dealing with while I haven't been around. So, yeah, I'll talk to you all then. Bye.